Hey everyone, welcome to Connie Reacts. I'm your host, and today we are reacting to the pilot for Infinity Train. Apparently, this just got approved recently as a full-fledged series that will be coming out sometime in the future. And the pilot's been around for a while, I think a couple years. Now, I don't know anything about this other than people seem to be interested in it. They seem to like it. And that I think I heard it's based off of that one episode of Adventure Time. You know, the one where Finn is kind of obsessed with that train that's just infinitely going around in the circle. It's kind of like a dungeon in and of itself. I think I heard it's based on that, but that I might be wrong. This is like a 9 minute short, I guess you could call it. So it's not going to be a long video. um, and I know otherwise nothing else about it. So we're just going to get into this, and then I have to like get stuff done around here, like dishes and stuff afterwards. So I want to get this done, and so I just get it out of the way. Not that I'm not interested in this, but you know what I mean. So either way, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the pilot. So, that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with the spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, this was good. I actually really enjoyed this. It had an interesting concept to it, again, taking from, obviously, Adventure Time, with the idea of this infinity train. And it had some interesting creative humor to it as well, especially with the Corgi land. Like that's great. Just the way they did it. um, Ashley Johnson was fantastic. I loved her as Ellie in The Last of Us, of course, and I think I've heard her in a couple other things maybe, but I can't think of it offhand. But she was great, and I could definitely tell that was her now. I like the robot that had like one half of it was like super sad and dramatically over the top, melancholic, and the other one was just goofy and silly and happy and everything. And it definitely gave me a Maurice LaMarche, Rob Paulson vibe to it. Just that Pinky in the Brain kind of vibe, but not quite. It also stood out on its own. So I like that. I really legit enjoyed that. um, the mystery of the number on the hands was not actually solved. We didn't find out what the deal with that is or why it went down after that creepy robot the face stealer thing was escaped through the hole. And in the end, she never even got through the other door. So there's a lot left to be explored with this. Hopefully, with a full series, it's gonna be. I could imagine it being like the 11-minute episodes, like Star Versus or whatnot. But hopefully, they'll still release like 2 at a time. So it'd be like episode 1A and 1B and all that. And there's a lot you could do with this concept. A lot you could do with the concept of this infinity train and having all these different cars, all these different concepts, and especially when one of these train cars can contain basically an entire world inside it. So I'm interested to see. It kind of reminds me, if you're a brony or fan of MLP or whatnot, there's this fan work series called Doors, which is based on another series of videos that were not MLP related, but I haven't seen the originals. I've only seen the MLP based ones. But it's like it follows the main character, Twilight Sparkle, through all these different animation styles and stuff, and by all these different animators. And she exits one door, and then she goes in another on the other side of the screen, and each like door leads her to this new world, this new thing happening. Some of them are based off video games, some of them are based off of movies or shows or whatnot. And it's just like she goes through one each, and it's kind of the same kind of concept. Every time she goes through a door, it's a new, unexplored kind of world, something completely different that she hasn't experienced yet. And it just kind of made me think of that. Otherwise, it's like this was basically the pure definition of a pilot. It gave us the concept, it gave us the characters, and it really told us what we needed to know for a show for the future. But it didn't like really bring up any big ongoing things outside of just the general idea of like, oh, what is this thing on my hand? And that she's stuck in this infinity train and has been for a week so far. Um, we don't know how she got there as well. Now, since this is being made into a show, I have no idea when this is when they plan on releasing this. Let me see if I can find out. Da, 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 da. Oh, it's being created by a regular show writer. Owen Dennis wasn't that one of the ones who was one of the voice actors? That's fitting. The pilot was released on November 1st, 2016. So, yeah, it's been little over a year. Okay, it's slated for a 2019 premiere, so it's not coming until next year. But it could still come early next year. I do really like Tulip as a character. I like how she's like this smart, logically thinking character, but at the same time, she's thrust into this kind of situation that defies logic, and she has to try to figure it out while at the same time not relying on that too much. It's a good concept. So yeah, there's not really much else to say though. I'm trying to find something else I could possibly bring up about this, but it was a 9 minute short basically. So there's not really a lot to discuss. Yeah, it was funny, it was clever, it was really, really well done. And I really want to see more. So you can bet your bottom dollar that I will be reacting to this when it comes out next year. Sucks that I'm gonna have to wait that long, but I can wait. I can wait for it. I'll have plenty of other stuff to react to in the meantime. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and tell me in the comments below what you thought of the Infinity Train pilot. What did you think of Tulip as a character? What did you think of the Land of the Corgis? What was it called? Corginia or something like that? What did you think of that? What did you think of the fact that this even takes it a bit further than the Infinity Train we saw in Adventure Time? Because in Adventure Time, remember, you were inside like the length of a train car, but what was in that train car was changing. This, a train car can lead to basically another dimension, a whole other world. So there's a lot to think about with that. There's a lot more possibilities than just were explored in the original concept in Adventure Time. But yeah, so tell me your thoughts on all of that and more, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie Royal, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears.